Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of the mid-October to early November Twin Flame Divine Love reading.
So know that you are protected and the hand of God is watching over you and moving in your life. And when you honor that and accept that, things actually are easier when we don't try to paddle upstream, right? It actually is easier when we let our heart and our inner knowing and our trust take over for the mind that's fearful and worried. The other card that is connected to that is Our Lady of Radiant Grace. And this talks about how Mother Mary, the Divine Mother, is gracing you, Divine Masculine, gracing you with this immense amount of love and grace right now. And especially when you place your trust in the divine, in heaven, in Mother Mary, if that calls to you. And she's asking you to gently let go of your attachment to the old ways of being. And for masculine energies, sometimes if we have more of the masculine in us, sometimes it's more difficult to change lanes, to turn on a different path. So she's asking you to trust and release old distrust or old wounds. Really, it's about releasing the wounds of the past. And she really wants you to know that those are in the past. The people that hurt you, the things that happened, the fear, the trials that you went through, many of those, most of this is gone. And as you let it go and release that wounding, and really step into the trusting, that it's almost like you've turned a new page. Like you are being given the opportunity with this grace from the Divine Mother, from Jesus, to move forward and really let the past go, to just step into a whole new, almost like a new life, and to trust that trust and hope are the only path, right? The only path to joy and happiness is to believe that the future will be different than the past. That is the human hope and what moves us forward in joy and love and contentment. So this is part of being human, that we are challenged to rise above low-level things that happen in our life and trust that as we move forward into our truth and into our authenticity, that we actually liberate other people too, that we're not just doing this for ourselves. We're not letting go of the old wounds and the things of the past only for ourselves. We're doing it for other people, because when we empower ourselves and we are in hope and faith, we're stepping out and affecting everybody around us, even though they may not even know us. So I'm going to read a small part of this from the book. To live into our divine destiny, which is so much nobler, more compassionate, kind, emotionally rich, creative, and rebellious than modern culture would have us believe, we need to trust. We need to trust that we are enough and that we are worthy of receiving. So, Divine Masculine, believe in your beautiful and amazing worth and value. You are so valuable and beautiful and divinely perfect, and allowing yourself to receive more goodness adds more beauty and more joy to your life. And as you allow that love and joy and contentment and hope really into your life, you actually are freeing other people to do the same. And Mother Mary is saying she knows how much you care about the world, and when you serve yourself in this way, you are serving the world. So let yourself be graced and accept that grace, and with trust and faith and hope, and be in hope and love. So, wow, that was really powerful. So remember, both feminine and masculine have parts of each other. So this may really resonate for some of those that resonate more with divine feminine. So we all have both of these things going on. There's a lot of overlap going on here for both parties. So on the feminine side, the divine feminine, we have Our Lady of Whispering Heart, and then we have Our Lady of the Ocean of Rebirth. And once again, they're connected. The first thing that's coming up as I'm looking at this card, Our Lady of Whispering Heart, you see, she's like in prayer or quiet meditation, and you see the Sacred Heart in her heart, on her chest. And it almost looks like she might have been crying, like maybe she's been letting go of some sadness. And at the same time, what the divine feminine has come to over these past couple weeks and these changes is letting go of, like I said at the beginning, some of these old frustrations and kind of fearful feelings or frustration. And also realizing that one thing she can do to help herself be happier and to help the divine masculine is to pray. So, praying for love, praying to be in a higher state of love. And that also means loving yourself, divine feminine, at a greater level. And maybe setting some different boundaries in your life. And actually, we're going to get to that, because this card on the bottom, which is for both, the underlying energy for both, is talks about that also. So Our Lady of the Whispering Heart. So Mother Mary is also coming to us, and she is saying, I want to be close to you, and so I dwell in your heart. And the message really strong for the divine feminine is to really honor your divine feminine nature, which is being quiet and listening. So when we are quiet, we are able to receive. The divine feminine, as a woman, has a womb. So there's a space. There's an empty space, and that space is the physical sign, or the physical part of what it is important for the divine feminine to do, is to have space, and space that's empty. So that means time for prayer. It means time for meditation, whatever calls to you. And to remember that the Divine Mother, Mother Mary, whatever you call the Divine Mother, is that whisper in your heart. That is how you hear divine guidance, is by listening to the small, quiet voice. So the Divine Feminine are being encouraged to spend more time in prayer, spend more time in meditation, and just quiet time. And that might mean, it might mean turning off the radio when you're in your car, if you drive a car. It might mean taking a few more minutes 1 or 2 times a day on top of your regular practice to have some quiet time, to meditate, to pray, to just listen. Mary asks us to listen. And this will benefit you individually, and it will, of course, benefit your twin, because anything you do for yourself in love and growth benefits and assists your twin. Okay, and will also bring you peace and maybe some information. So you're asked to trust the quiet voice within and let go of fears. And sometimes what we hear from our heart is not always the guidance that we're expecting. So that's part of it. And just to try to honor that and let go of attachment to how we think we wanted things to be. Okay, and go with the flow, as we talked about with the Divine Masculine. So this is also a message that there are changes going on in our world for the Divine Feminine. And one thing that I love to do, and I'm just going to share it with you now, I've taught yoga for many, many years and meditation for more than 20. And one of the things that I like to teach is to just really put your hands on your heart and take some quiet time to really connect to your heart. And just, take a few breaths and inhale and exhale and just be in that breath. And then while you're in that quiet space, maybe you can feel your heart beating with your hands on it. And if not, just feel the warmth of your heart and know that that is, the place where we feel the divine spark inside of us. And all of us have it. Every single person has that divine spark, and it sits in our heart. So connect with that divine love. And as Mother Mary is saying to us, she is in your heart. She is there. And ask your heart, so breathing a few times, just slow, deep breaths as you really feel that love in your heart, the love of the divine spark, the highest divine within you, and your own love for yourself and your heart, your actual heart, how it supports you and loves you and assists you in living your life in the best way possible. And then ask yourself, your heart, what is it that I need to know right now, dear heart? What is it that I need to know right now? And then just whatever comes up for you, make a note of that. Remember, it's the quiet voice that is the true voice of the divine within you. So that's one big message for both the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, is to listen to our hearts, to pray more, to have some quiet time. And the other card is Our Lady of the Ocean of Rebirth. And this is just talking about what we already talked about in the overview, is there are huge changes coming in. There's a big time right now of shifting for the Divine Feminine, and Our Lady of Truth wanted to do a little dance saying, yes, I'm here. The truth is finally being lived in a higher way, so very exciting.